Paul goes on vacation with his family. Chris takes him to the airport, and they're coming back from vacation. Chris isn't there to pick him up. Well, that's kind of odd.
I'm calling, texting, I can't get through to him, and eventually I get a hold of Ed, and Ed said, oh yeah, he doesn't have his phone. We came to a settlement. I bought him out of the company, and he took off with some Playboy Playmate to the Galapagos Islands.
You know, you think given how close Chris and Paul were, and the fact that Paul worked in the same company, that Paul would have been the first person to know that Chris had just sold his share of the business to Ed Shin. But Chris could sometimes just take off and disappear without notice.
Yeah, it hurt. You know, we were so close to just up and leave and not talk to me about it first. Didn't sit well, but Chris expressed to me that it was such a tremendous amount of stress that he's been put under from Ed in this situation. So when I heard that there was a settlement, I was in a way happy for him.
Did you worry what it meant for you?
A little bit. That I was there, you know, without him now. I was a little bit stressed out about it, but I just figured, hey, you know, I have a family here I need to support. I need to be strong, you know, so just carried on as usual.
Not long after he gets back to work, after this massive upheaval in the company, Paul finds there's a new employee, and he's sitting in Chris's office.
Kenny Kraft just showed up all of a sudden in June.
I just moved back from Hawaii, and I was looking for work at the time, and ended up meeting Ed at a party. Hit it off pretty well. Probably started working there a couple weeks later.
At first I was like, okay, why is this guy here? What is his role? Why do we need him here? And I was told that he was there just to run errands for Ed.
You came on to try to do sales, and then he tells you, well,
he said, I'd rather have you as an assistant and stay close to me, and Ed decided to bring me on as an assistant chauffeur. Sit in the office next door to his and just basically play on the computer until he needed something from me.
I feel like this guy hired you, and for most of the time you're just sitting there.
Driving to and from, like lunches, driving home, get the kids.
Did you know about Chris at the time?
I had a vague understanding of what had happened. After speaking with Paul, he said it seems perfectly normal that his brother uprooted and took everything with him and went on some crazy adventure surfing.
It's now 2 months after Chris supposedly sold his share of the 800 exchange, and by now, he's been to the Galapagos, around the tip of South America. At some point, he's ditched Tiffany Taylor, and it seems like he's got no intention of ever coming home.
Tuesday, August 31st, 2010. I'm still backpacking through South America, and would like to spend more time down here.
There are these emails. It sounds like The Amazing Race or something.
It was more very sporadic, and usually I wrote a lot more emails because I'm missing him. I'm wondering, where are you? I was starting to feel like, I don't know, this is all really fishy here.
I just sent him a question. I said, Chris, what lake do we live on, and what type of boat do we have? Just trying to confirm what I knew. And it took a while to get the emails back, but he confirmed one. I said, yeah, we live on Kelly Lake.
Considering that one of those answers is a password to an account, what city were you born in? Then I'll tell you about Kelly Lake.
It just kind of solidified for me that he was Chris.
The answers give Debbie and Steve Smith some peace of mind. They're reassured, maybe not convinced, but they are feeling better that things are okay and that Chris is having a good time. But then several months go by.
Wednesday, October 20th, 2010. Hey, Mom, I'm in Mumbai, India. I'm headed to Cyprus and Africa after this. I miss you too, but I have so much to see and do.
What began as a 1-month trip has now turned into this epic 5-month journey.
No credit cards or bank accounts, bro. I'm off the grid forever. I actually was able to use some gold as currency in India. I'm telling you, they use it all the time there. I was able to pay for my boat ride to Cyprus for a half-ounce Kruger.
What an incredible round-the-world trip it sounds like.
It sounded incredible that he was a surfer. He'd be in places like, you know, Hawaii or Tahiti and Costa Rica.
At this point, Chris seems to be going to places that are out of character for him, not places on the globe that would be part of his itinerary. In the meantime, Paul is still working at 800 Exchange. He's got a family to feed, and part of the job includes business trips to Las Vegas.
Ed was gambling most of the time. While we were at the convention, meeting with clients representing 800 Exchange as a company, and there was a big dinner that Ed had planned out for the company employees, and Ed invited women to attend the dinner. I think some of them were Playboy Playmates. While we were there talking business, I happened to see the same girl that I got an image of in an email of the girl that Chris had left with.
This is Tiffany Taylor.
Tiffany Taylor, yeah.
Tiffany Taylor was one of the Atmosphere models hired by Ed Shin. Paul sees Tiffany and his eyes pop out of his skull.
I was very excited to see her because I hadn't talked to anybody that had been with my brother. And so I sat right next to her.
And he says, Tiffany, I thought you were sailing around the world with my brother.
You went to the Galapagos.
How was it?
You left with my brother, right?
Where is he now?
How's Chris?
What's going on?
And she just stared at me like I was crazy.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.